Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Are you getting anything out of that? Steve-O, is there anything coming out of there? Is there anything coming out of that speaker? Hit that power button on your right. There you go. Oh, you know what? It's not plugged in. Ha! Let's do that. Check, 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 check. How's that? Is that better? You can hear and stuff?
It's time for the Nathan Brown Show, live from Walk-Ons Sports Bistro in Conway on 106.7 Buzz 2.
Bears looking to double pass here. Kylan James with time has an opportunity downfield. Caught. Gerard Barnes is off to the races. 20, 10, 5. The Bears are the best in America at the running back pass for touchdowns.
Over the next hour, Coach Brown and Bears broadcaster Justin Acree will recap previous games, highlight outstanding performances, and look ahead to what's next for Central Arkansas football.
Returnable from the 17. Richmond across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's got one man to beat. He's down the sideline. He's into the end zone for the second time this year.
The Nathan Brown Show is presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro in Conway and broadcasted live at their location at 955 South Amity Road. And also brought to you in part by HD Roofing and Construction, Highland Dairy, La Quinta Inn and Suites Conway, Moix RV, and Fairfield Inn and Suites.
They're going to bring some pressure, it looks like. They're going to hand it off. The Bears do off the right side. And there he goes. Tail of midfield, 40, 35-30, slips a tackle, 25-20, 10, 5, pylon, and yes, touchdown, Central Arkansas. Darius Hale.
Now let's head to Walk-Ons and join Nathan Brown and Justin Acree.
All right, welcome in on a magnificent Monday night. Great to be with you back at Walk-Ons. Coach Brown, Justin Acree here. Appreciate Todd Pierce back in the studio. And happy to be with you. Bears coming off a tough road loss against the number 2 team in the nation. And if anybody watched that game, I don't think there's any doubt that that number, if it's going to be changed from number 2, can only be changed to number 1. It was remarkable. But, again, a hard-fought battle, and the Bears – I think learned a lot of valuable lessons. 49-31 the final, Coach. Great to have you with us. And, again, really was a pretty smooth trip up there, quick flight up there, and you guys obviously took it like a business trip. Felt like you had a great shot going in. You certainly, learned a little bit about North Dakota State. Probably learned a lot about yourself.
Yeah, I thought it was a successful trip other than obviously the loss. I mean, you don't go into a game like that, with any intention other than winning the game. I mean, similar to week one at Oklahoma State. I mean, we go in to win the game. And so obviously frustrated with the loss. I think our players are frustrated with the loss. But, look, we went head-to-head to me with, if there's a better team out there, I'd have to see them because that's a special group up there that Coach Ince has, and our guys competed. And really, if you take away a couple mistakes on our part,
501-505-8034. HD Roofing and Construction, proud to be Central Arkansas owned and operated, offering free inspections, insurance claims assistance, a huge product selection and the highest standards in Arkansas. Whether it's minor repairs or a full roof replacement for your commercial or residential property, they'll provide you with quality materials, craftsmanship, warranties, and cost-effective solutions. Call today, 501-428-0429, or get a quote at hdarkansas.com. HD Roofing, proud to be the official roofing partner of UCA Athletics.
Setting a new workout goal? Post-workout recovery is a lot sweeter when you fuel up with rich, delicious Highland Dairy chocolate milk. Packed with the nutrients you need to re-energize, including protein, calcium, and potassium, chocolate milk is a tasty treat at the end of your hard workout. Find a money-saving coupon at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
I'm Rex Nelson. As a native Arkansan, I take pride in our state's natural beauty. And as someone who has been in all 75 counties, I've seen how prevalent litter is across our state. It's time for people to clean up our state for those who live here and to enhance Arkansas's image for those wanting to visit. Let's clean up Arkansas. Visit keeparkansasbeautiful.com to do your part and get involved.
This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
Globe Life Liberty National Division Everett & Associates is a proud sponsor of Big Sarge. For affordable life insurance protection for individuals, families, the self-employed, and small business owners, call Liberty National Life Insurance at 501-225-5556. You can be a good employer even in a tough economy. Call 501-225-5556. This is a solicitation for insurance, and you may be contacted by an agent representing Liberty National Life Insurance Company.
If you have a question or comment for the head bear, send Justin a message on Twitter at JustinAcree7. Now, back to the Nathan Brown Show, presented by Walk-Ons Sports Bistro in Conway, 955 South Amity Road, on the Buzz Radio Network.
Powell will stay in a running back, set to the right side of McElvain. He'll get the handoff up the middle, cutting through, still on his feet, 35-30, 25-20. There he goes by everybody into the end zone. Touchdown, Central Arkansas. Shunderrick Powell, better than everybody on that one.
And he was better than everybody all night.
Some room to go.
Oh, we're going to do both of them. Let's go.
40, 30, 20, 10. He looks back as if to mock the would-be defenders. You're not going to catch him today, tomorrow, or ever. Touchdown, Central Arkansas, and Derek Powell.
All right, he wasn't mocking anybody. Welcome back here to Walk-Ons. I got a little wound up. It was just very impressive to see, and it was obviously one of the great bright spots in the game on Saturday. And for the first time on the Nathan Brown Show, Shunderrick Powell joining us. Congratulations on a great performance. I know you would have rather probably had 4 or 5 yards rushing and won the game, but you certainly did your part. It was impressive to see. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm great. We're certainly glad to have you in Conway, and we'll talk more about your path to get here. But how'd you feel going in? I mean, a lot of the guys I know had this game circled, excited about it. Obviously, they've been the gold standard in college football at the FCS level for a long time. Were you excited about this game?
Very excited. I came here to try to compete because I didn't get a lot of competing at the school I was at before, and I just wanted to go into a team that played competitive games. And, that's what I want.
How much was it coming back home? How much of a factor was that for you?
It was a big factor. I was getting ready to have my son, and I just had to make a decision for him instead of just being selfish, going to another school. So I had to make a decision for him to get help.
Yeah.
So I can get help. So,
I think that was a great decision.
Yeah.
I think Coach Brown
We appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt. So what about last year? I mean, you had a very productive year, over 1,500 yards, but obviously you guys didn't win a lot of games. And we got a chance to see you up close and personal here in Conway last year. What'd you learn through that process? You know, playing it kind of like the other day. I mean, you played a high level. Unfortunately, came up short in the game.
how can I say this? I would say it was all right. I mean, I've lost a couple games, but
You like winning.
I like winning.
Yeah.
I love winning. I love competing.
Yeah.
I don't like to lose.
Cool.
I hate losing. I can have 2 yards, and if we get the dub, I'm happy.
I like that. What was your high school program like?
It was great. We had a great head coach, Coach Tom Sears and Cole Sears. Great coaches, man. I love those guys to death. I'd do anything for them.
So what happened where you did not start out in Conway? Was there I know they recruited you. What happened? What was the decision to go away from here?
It was because of my brother. My brother had committed to North Alabama.
Okay.
And it was my dad's dream for us to play at the same college. So I made that happen. I committed on his birthday, and that's where I ended up at.
Is he still there?
No, he's not there anymore. He's
okay.
He's at somewhere at D2.
Okay.
In Pitt State.
Yeah. Let me get a walk on here. I don't know. Just saying. Got plenty of guys.
He's a pretty good player. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
So, when you came in, obviously this is a team that had a pretty big pedigree. I've asked the other guys about you. Let me ask you about coming into the running back room here with Kylan and with Darius. I mean, you got incredibly talented guys. I know with your talent level, you're not worried about competing with guys, but obviously everybody's got to be willing to take their turn here. I mean, what was that like? And did you have any second thoughts about it before you made the decision to come here with those guys in that room?
Oh, no. I wanted to come here and make those guys better. That's what I wanted. Because I knew us three on the same page, I knew nobody's going to stop us. I don't think nobody's going to stop us in the FCS. I'm 100% with that. And, I don't think nobody can take the bruising of us running the ball. Me, Darius, and KP, I don't think nobody can handle that.
So what did you think of North Dakota State? And obviously you had a lot of success, but, I mean, what was the experience like? We were just talking about with Coach, the environment. I mean, the defense, obviously, they're very talented. Coach said this is the first time they've given up a 200-yard rushing game since 2010. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, I'm surprised it hadn't been longer than that. But what did you think of the matchup there when you got in the game?
They're very good. I won't be surprised if they make it to the national championship. Those guys are really good. They had the position. I just had to do what I had to do to get to the end zone.
Yeah, well, I like that. You did well with that. So we were talking, I was telling everybody, Coach Fodio and I were talking about you before the game. I don't know if your ears were burning, but we were talking about your strength. And you're a guy that is a warrior in the workouts and kills it in the weight room. Where does that come from? Have you always been a guy that is trying to hammer it out in there?
Oh, yeah, always. I got it from my dad. My dad always told me to, just push in the weight room, take that very serious. So ever since then, I took that very serious. I don't take that lightly at all. When I go in there and do my business. And when it's done, I'm done.
Yeah. You're are you the fastest guy on the team?
Yes.
Okay. Did not debate that. And I haven't heard anybody say anything to the contrary, so I think that's pretty well established. But you're not the biggest guy. Do you feel like I see you smiling today, but, I mean, do you play with a chip on your shoulder, a little edge in the game?
Man, not really, because it doesn't matter to me. If you're a dog, man, you're a dog. So your talent's gonna show regardless. Yeah. So that's why I say your talent's gonna always show.
Tell me what you're thinking about or looking for when you're in the heap. I mean, when you're running up the middle, and people will think, hey, he's a speedster, he's going to get outside. I mean, you worked your way through the middle of the line there a couple of times. What are you looking for? And then we were talking about your ability to jump cut and kind of work off your blocks. What are you thinking about in the moment?
Man, I'm thinking touchdown. That's all I think is touchdown. But I try to set up guys. I'm not only looking at the linemen. I mean, the defensive line. I'm also looking at the linebackers and the safety from the corner of my eye and stuff like that. So I have to look everywhere on the field just in case I make the wrong move. So I want to make the right move on the field.
Well, most guys are trying to hit the home run. They don't run, inside. You'll see guys bounce stuff a lot. I mean, you're willing to do what you got to do to get through there.
We were watching film today on Abilene, and we were watching. He was sitting there. It's funny because we were sitting there. He spent about 30 minutes, 45 minutes with our coaching staff watching film. I mean, that's what you love in a kid. But he saw the way a kid was running against Abilene's defense, and he said, "Coach, I'm going to make this cut." And it was a cut back across the field because he's seeing big picture. He sees the safety rolling down. He's able to jump cut and then go back to the field. And with his speed, I mean, that's next level stuff there. I mean, that's what you're looking for.
So I read your comments after Texas College. You had 3 carries, 2 touchdowns, and you said you were upset you didn't score on all 3.
Yeah.
You were serious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how do you think the balance has been? Obviously, KP's been productive. Darius, I thought, had some really nice runs the other day when he was in there. How do you think the balance has worked out with you 3 since you guys have got into games?
I think it's good. We're going to get those guys some more carry and stuff so they can, get warmed up and stuff. I try to get those guys in some plays. And once we get those guys going, it's going to be hard to stop and take.
I want to ask you about your NFL aspirations because I'm pretty convinced you're going to have a good shot to get there. I don't know if you get drafted. Again, they're so picky about size, but to your point, performance should matter more.
Yeah.
Has that been a goal of yours for a long time?
Always, since I was a kid. I always told my dad since I was a little boy, I'm going to the NFL for them because we had a hard time growing up. So it's always been for them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be for my son next.
I love that. So let me ask you about that before we let you go here, about balancing that. I mean, it's hard enough for a student athlete. So you got, obviously schoolwork, you got football preparation, now your dad too. How's that going?
Well, it's hard sometimes with him, but I got to be the best.
Is he sleeping? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes. Sometimes. But when he gives me sleep, he gives me my sleep. But when he don't, man, it's hair's on fire. But if I want to be the best, I got to get it done.
That's right. So how about this week, real quick? Abilene Christian, sounds like you've already seen some tape. What are you thinking?
We're going to win the game.
Feeling good?
We're going to win the game, get the job done, get ready for the next one.
Does the mentality change when conference play starts, or is it kind of the same, just another game? You kind of focus one game at a time?
I take it one game at a time, never underestimate people. So I just go out there and do my job.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good team. That's the thing. We talked about the schedule, Coach.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Abilene Christians, their resume is pretty good coming in. You got Southern Utah in a couple of weeks. We've seen what they've done. Almost got an upset against the Power 5 this year. And they didn't do you any favors on the schedule this year. I mean, the UAC's a little better maybe than people were expecting.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, there's no days off.
Yeah.
But again, that's why a guy like him comes to our program because he wants to play. I told him before the game the other day, kind of patted him on the butt and looked in the crowd as we were doing pregame warm-ups. I said, this is why he came to UCA, was playing games like this.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Well, the good news is, I mean, as talented as these teams are going to face are going forward, it shouldn't be a whole lot more difficult than facing North Dakota State, I wouldn't think. So maybe get another shot at them in the championship down the road here. What do you think?
Yeah.
That'd be all right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'd love another shot.
That'd be awesome.
Love another shot.
Well, Shunderrick, I'm glad that you came here. I don't know if you know this or not, and I was looking through some numbers here. You are number 1 in the country now in yards per carry at 11.4. You're third in the country in rush yards per game at 146. So far, so good, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Your teammates are doing pretty well, too. So Hale's at 7.2 and Kylan's at 9.4. And they have to have a few more carries to qualify officially, but Kylan would be 4th and Darius would be 16th in yards per carry. So how about we get a little love the offensive line? I mean, you lose Fraser Rose week 1, but you guys have done a good job up front.
Those guys have put in the work, man. Those guys, they work their butt off each and every day. And I just tell them, man, just give me a second.
Yep.
Give me a second. I'm make it happen.
All right. Clearly, you did. That's all it takes. Well, listen, congrats. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right. That's Shunderrick Powell. Nathan Brown Show here at Walk-Ons in Conway. Continuing after this, David Walker, part of that defensive line attack, did a nice job causing problems. But, again, not many mistakes to be made from those 2 quarterbacks from North Dakota State last week. So we'll talk more about that as we continue on. You're listening to the Nathan Brown Show from Walk-Ons in Conway on the Buzz Radio Network.
La Quinta Inn and Suites in
2.5
Conway,
minutes on the break,
2350
boss.
Sanders
2.5.
Road in Conway, are proud to support our UCA Bears. La Quinta Inn and Suites, here to serve you with 67 rooms, free bright side breakfast, free high-speed internet access, free wireless high-speed internet access, pillow top beds, indoor swimming pool, and fitness center. Call 501-328-5100. That's 328-5100. Or find them online at laquintaconway.com. Go Bears!
Moix ETC in Conway introduces Spartan Mowers, the strongest lineup in the mowing industry. With the SRT, RT, RZ, and KG series, they have the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. From compact to commercial, 42 to 72-inch deck sizes, with power all the way up to 38.5 horses, you just won't find a better mower anywhere. Spartan Mowers are assembled in the USA, forged with 7-gauge steel to bring you the strongest lineup in America. Check out the new Spartan Mowers at Moix ETC. Get yours today.
Walk-Ons, Sports Bistro, the place to be every Wednesday night for college night from 5 p.m. till close. Guests with a valid college ID will enjoy half-off drinks and $5 classic burgers at Walk-Ons, Sports Bistro, 955 Amity Road in Conway. Everyone needs a little playing time. Walk-Ons, Sports Bistro, game day with a taste of Louisiana.
These paws were made for walking. Join us at Care for Animals Paws on the Runway, a celebration of fashion and fur. Thursday, October 5th at Rusty Tractor Vineyards from 6 to 9 p.m. will feature a runway show and virtual auction that will have tails wagging. Since 1998, Care has rescued more than 4,500 dogs and cats from kill shelters in Arkansas. That's a lot of unconditional love. Purchase tickets today at careforanimals.org.
When you do something
Last
for
spot
over
in the break,
45
30
years,
seconds
you
to
get
go.
really good at it. Like Bert here. He's been lifting weights for over 45 years. He can bench press a 400-pound nose guard, deadlift an elephant, even clean and jerk a truck filled with watermelons. Fantastic rep, Bert. We're a lot like Bert lifting weights, except we do it with insurance. Williamson Insurance, protecting your business and your family for over 45 years.
You're listening to The Nathan Brown Show, presented by Walk-Ons Sports Bistro in Conway, where everything is made from scratch, bringing Cajun cuisine to life. Now, back to Coach Brown and Justin on the Buzz Radio Network.
Man in motion is Butler. They're going to throw it to him outside. Gets a block through the corner. Touchdown, Central Arkansas. And a great job walling it off after the catch. Good design there as they brought Butler in motion, threw it to him, and he scores the touchdown.
All right, welcome back. It is 7:27 here at Walk-Ons in Conway. Justin Akery with Coach Nathan Brown, and we are joined now by defensive star David Walker for Central Arkansas. And David, I know you were looking forward to the opportunity too. Tamari and I talked about this is a showcase game. This is an opportunity for you guys to really showcase your skills in front of some NFL eyes. And I asked you earlier in the season too, do you have NFL dreams? And you said
yes.
But you also said, if that's God's plan, right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay. So how'd you feel about your performance? How was it going up against this team that plays pretty efficient football? Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I feel like during the week we had a great game plan. They were big, they were well coachable, and I feel like when we lined up correctly, we were just as good as them.
Yeah.
And we just got out of line, and overall they just out-schemed us.
Well, I was telling Coach, it's hard because, I've never seen a team, I'm watching through the binoculars, I've never seen a team that is so good at getting a hat on a hat. When you see it drawn up on the board, that's what it looks like in execution. I mean, those guys do not miss many blocks, do they?
Yeah, they were holding a lot, though. But, yeah, definitely, they were hat on the hat.
He can't get fined, right? He can say that.
No, he's good.
It was pretty obvious to all of us. Chris Kane, I thought, was going to lose his mind in the booth. He was very upset with some of that. You got a couple of good shots, though. You got a clean shot on the quarterback. When things part, it looked like the Red Sea parting, and you're running through there full steam ahead. What are you thinking about when you're bearing down on the quarterback?
It felt good. It felt good to get, my first clean sack, and to let them know that we're going to fight to the end. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep chewing, and tomorrow we're just going to get back on the drawing board and get ready for Abilene.
Yeah. 25.5 tackles for loss, 14.5 sacks in your career, and you're just 3 games into your second year here. I'm going to ask you a question that may sound dumb, but has it seemed easier than you expected when you got here? I mean, transitioning from D2, is it similar? I mean, your success is about the same. You're having about the same kind of rate of success when it comes to creating negative plays.
It's all right. I feel like it's the same. Once you put the work in, once you continue to work, it just becomes normal. I'm so used to working, and on Saturdays it just shows that all the work I put in, and honestly.
Yeah, it's paying off.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma State, North Dakota State, you've already played these teams. I mean, obviously you're going to face some really good competition going forward. How do you feel like you guys are prepared for the conference schedule now?
I think we're ready. We're prepared to face up against bigger matchups. I mean, we just played OSU in North Dakota. Then we're like the 2 best teams on our schedule.
Right.
And so going into the conference play, I feel like we'll match up well.
Right. So it's Abilene Christian this week. Have you had a chance to watch much on them, or do you know much about them yet?
We watched them this morning after we go to stretch with Fodio Mondays at 8:30, and then we watch about 2 hours of film.
Okay.
So
You like stretching?
Yeah.
Is that fun?
It
like you enjoy that
it
much.
can't be fun.
That's better than lifting, right?
It's necessary, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels good after.
Yeah, no doubt. We talked, before the season, and those who didn't hear the interview, I wanted to mention your summer because it was a little bit non-traditional. You took an interesting trip this summer. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah. The first part of the summer I went to Vietnam. That was awesome.
Yep.
We got to share a little bit about Jesus to the people that never really heard him, and that was just a great experience. That I feel like that after football that I want to continue to do that.
Yeah. What did you learn from the experience outside of that? I mean, it was an interesting trip, right? That's a very different kind of, cultural experience.
It's different. You approach a random guy on the street here in the States, they're gonna look at you crazy. There, they're open arms, and they're loving, and if they speak English, they're gonna talk to you.
Yeah. Well, for those who don't know you, you're kind of a big, intimidating guy until they get to know you. So if you walk up to me, and I might look at you a little crazy too. I just don't want you to more so on the football field though. But
how was the food over there?
Oh, it was.
It wasn't Walk-Ons, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I couldn't tell if that was a good awe or a bad awe.
I had to bear it. Sure.
Well, not your favorite though, huh?
Not my favorite.
What is your favorite thing to eat?
Probably chicken and rice.
What do you eat the day before a game or the day of a game? What's your favorite pregame?
Probably light chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you get here today?
I got boneless wings.
Okay.
Good call.
All right. Very good. I normally call people out on that, but I'm going to let it go today because you're David Walker, so I'm going to let it ride. I get very touchy with the nomenclature, but it's all good. How do you feel like the defense has held up so far? How do you feel like you guys have performed?
I feel like we're still learning. Once we truly click with one another and just play as one, we're going to be unstoppable. Because we have a great back end and experience. We have a lot of experienced players, except for in the middle.
Yeah.
But overall, I think we're going to be all right.
So you have your role has changed just a little bit, right? As far as the way that you're being used, and you're getting to be a little more versatile, kind of moving around a little bit. How has that been? And for those who haven't noticed or don't know, just explain your role comparatively to last year, how you're being utilized.
Yeah, last year I was handing the dirt. I didn't drop back. I wanted to drop back so bad, but
I don't want you to drop back.
Yeah, I had to do what's best for the team. And
he wants you to drop quarterbacks.
Yeah. And this year, in Coach Stacks, he changed my role. He said, "You want to be a good player? I'm going to put you at this position." And I feel like I took that role, and I like it. I like standing up.
Coach Stacks says, "Never be soft." Too. You feel like you guys are holding up to that? Okay.
Never be soft. Yeah, I love it. I love that slogan.
Yeah. Who's the toughest guy you think on the defense? If you can't say yourself.
I can't. Okay, cool. I'll probably say Goday.
Yeah.
Goday and DC. I like them too.
Okay.
They're every time I get to the ball, they're right there behind me.
Yeah.
Or they there and I'm coming. So it's like they're everywhere.
Yeah, you and Goldie had a meet at the quarterback moment, I think, the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was it? How weird was it going from Oklahoma State, then Texas College, and then going to North Dakota State? I mean, you're talking about ends of the spectrum there with that middle game in between. How was it? And you didn't play a ton, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I don't know how
he
many
was
snaps.
a good fan that night.
Yeah. We prepared the same.
Yeah.
Even with Texas College, we still prepared. We practiced really hard that week because we knew the next week that we had a big testament. And I'll say we prepared well.
Yeah. So have you enjoyed your time here so far? I mean, moving up, we talked about it a little bit last year, but I mean, you like being in Conway? You like being at this level?
Yeah, I love Conway. Coming here, I found my walk with Jesus again, and I've been surrounded with great people and people to push me towards Him.
Yeah.
So that's all I can ask for, really.
What are you studying?
Health science.
Okay. And so after football, what's your plan long term, other than traveling the world and spreading the word?
I want to do a mission.
You do?
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
That's awesome.
If not that, I mean, football is the same thing.
Yeah.
Going back to high school and coach.
Yeah.
And building up kids that were like me at one point. So.
Well, you get to the NFL, it's a pretty good platform to spread the word too, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
So, who have you been watching the NFL guys so far? I was watching Micah Parsons yesterday, and I couldn't help but think about you.
Yeah, I just like everything about his pass rush and his work ethic.
Yeah,
and how he get off the ball and just dominant. I mean, you can't stop him.
Yeah, well, there's not too many dudes like you guys who are as big as you are and as fast as you are. It's a good combination to have.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, real quick before we go, tell me how hard it is. I don't know how many good on good you guys got, but how hard is it tackling Shunderrick?
Oh man, it's hard, because you peek once, he gone.
Yeah.
So I mean, like when he was at UNA, the whole week we had a scat back. We had a guy named Manny Smith.
Yep.
It's just as shifty as him, and we're going to stay in our gap. We're not going to peek, and we're going to let everybody fill their gap. So, like, just playing against them, I don't know, it just prepares us for any other back that we're going to face this year.
Makes sense. Well, good luck this week, David. Great talking to you. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we're going to hit a break at 7:35. We're back here at Walk-Ons. Good stuff there. And we will return and dig in a little bit on Abilene Christian from the coach's perspective. Stay with us. It's the Nathan Brown Show on Buzz 21067.
It's game time at Fairfield Inn and Suites in Conway, located just 3 miles from the University of Central Arkansas campus, and they are ready to play ball. Start your day with their award-winning free hot breakfast, and then after a day of fun and excitement, end your day relaxing by their indoor pool and jacuzzi. All this with a UCA rate of $89 plus tax. You can make your reservation online, Marriott.com/LITCW, or call the hotel direct, 501-505-8034.
HD Roofing and Construction, proud to be Central Arkansas owned and operated, offering free inspections, insurance claims assistance, a huge product selection and the highest standards in Arkansas. Whether it's minor repairs or a full roof replacement for your commercial or residential property, they'll provide you with quality materials, craftsmanship, warranties, and cost-effective solutions. Call today, 501-428-0429, or get a quote at hdarkansas.com. HD Roofing, proud to be the official roofing partner of UCA Athletics.
Setting a new workout goal? Post-workout recovery is a lot sweeter when you fuel up with rich, delicious Highland Dairy chocolate milk. Packed with the nutrients you need to re-energize, including protein, calcium, and potassium, chocolate milk is a tasty treat at the end of your hard workout. Find a money-saving coupon at highlanddairy.com/chocolate. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
For 100 years, Arkansas state parks have offered endless outdoor adventures and treasured places to connect with nature, family, and friends. Whatever kind of outdoor fun you're into, you can find it at 52 parks around the state. Enjoy world-class mountain biking trails, scenic hikes, year-round fishing on sparkling lakes, and much more. It's time to get outside and celebrate a century. Find your next adventure today at ArkansasStateParks.com. Brought to you by this station and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
4x4 vehicles are the multi-tools of the automotive world. They get us to work. They take the kids to school. They take us hunting. They take us to the great outdoors, to places away from the hustle of the world. Whatever task we give our pickup or SUV, we need it to be reliable, and we need to have it work when we need it to work. Mud Connection 4x4 in Little Rock has been modifying and servicing four-wheel drives for over 40 years. The Mud knows 4x4s better than anybody else. Call today for your 4x4 accessories and service. Mud Connection, connecting you to the off-road world.
Go purple, go gray, go UCA. You're listening to the Nathan Brown Show on the Buzz Radio Network, coming to you live from Walk-On Sports Bistro in Conway. A great place to take the family or catch the game. Now, back to Coach Brown and Justin.
It's going to be third and very short for the Bears. Hale, battering ram, up the middle, has room, 5, 4, 3, into the end zone. Darius Hale. Touchdown, Central Arkansas. And for Darius, just his fourth carry of the game, and it results in a score. All right, welcome back here to Walk-Ons in Conway for the Nathan Brown Show. And that was Darius Hale getting in the end zone. And I think, again, it's a storyline that we'll talk about probably every week, Coach, because it's such a big part of what you guys do. But I think the utilization of the running backs and maximizing and capitalizing on their talents has been really well done by your offensive staff so far this year, and it looks like the guys are handling it so far so good. And I love the versatility with KP and moving him around. And obviously, Darius brings, his running style to the table, and obviously Shunderrick is a pretty special guy in his own right. So, you guys having some fun with that?
Yeah, and it's such a flow of the game thing, and you get a hot hand and you stick with the hot hand, and then Kylan's so versatile what he can do. You move him around and. I think that's what makes him so attractive is just not, he's not just a running back. He can do it all. And you try to utilize that. And obviously we got to get Darius more touches. I mean, I don't think there's any question. And it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen. I mean, it's just the way it is. So those guys are doing a good job. I mean, they like anybody, they want the ball. I mean, look, that's just competitive nature that young kids have, and you wouldn't want it any other way. That's like I tell them all the time. I don't want guys that don't want the ball. So we've got to continue to be creative. We got to get them on the field at the same time and do some different things that continue to give us an edge. And I think we're going to continue to see the best out of all of them.
Yeah, we're 3 weeks in, not one running back pass yet. So disappointed. Imagine before the season's over. How about Miles Butler, Coach? We heard a lot about him in camp, and he's really played. He's played well here these last couple of weeks, and looks like he's maybe the go-to guy right now for Will.
Well, he's done a great job, and him and Will do have a great rapport. I mean, they've worked hard all summer. I mean, even going out, you can rewind it back even in the spring. They put a lot of time in, a lot of sweat equity that is translating in a positive way. And Miles has a ton of upside. And what I appreciate about Miles is he's taken such a leadership role as a young guy. I mean, he is a vocal guy on our offense that really is a no-nonsense young man that's mature beyond his years, and that's positive to see. And you put that combination of him and Gerard out there, it's pretty. I don't know that there'll be better than that in our league. I mean, there may be some, maybe some singular more talented guys, but those two, and then you get Christian back fully healthy. Obviously he was limited with his finger this week. He played a little bit, which is phenomenal in its own right.
Yeah.
To be 9 days out of a surgery with a plate in your finger, those three are going to be tough to deal with. And we've got to continue to be more creative with the play action game as well, because our run game has been so successful. But man, we got to be able to drop back and get those guys the ball, and you're going to see more and more of that in the weeks to come.
In the preseason and really through the first 3 weeks, we talked a lot about defensive line play. You talked about your pass rushers, and everybody knows about Jessup and what he's done, and David, and then Golday's kind of the rising star. We've talked about the safeties, the All-Americans back there. Haven't talked a lot about the second-level guys, and I thought your second-level guys, especially when you look at the numbers, played well the other day. Demetrius Charles leads you in tackles, and then Kendarius Moore had a couple of nice plays as well. He was one of your leading tacklers on Saturday also.
Well, obviously Golday's done a great job in the position move and going to the second level full time. But really, there's not a more passionate young man on our team than Demetrius Charles. That dude there loves football. He came in as a non-scholarship player. He earned his way to a scholarship and earned his way into an all-conference linebacker. And that's a testament to him, his work ethic, his passion. He just loves the game of football. And then Kendarius may be the most talented one of the group. I mean, that kid's so talented. He's got instincts that you can't coach. He's, and then Darren played a big role the other night as well. So, we feel great about those four linebackers. We've got a couple of young guys that are right in behind them that aren't seeing the field as much, but that are talented. But if you can keep those four guys healthy, we're going to continue to see growth and some really, really good play at that linebacker position.
7 tackles for loss and 3 sacks against that highly touted offensive line of North Dakota State. And we haven't even talked about this, but I mean, you'll never probably ever see more efficient quarterback play than what you saw on Saturday. The quarterbacks combined, and one's a lefty, one's a righty, 20 of 22, 91%, 246 and 2 touchdowns. And they also were among the leading rushers for the team.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot to deal with.
They're good. I mean, their starter is probably, I compare him. He's a little thicker kid, but similar to Parker McKinney at Eastern Kentucky, just a hard guy to get your hands on. He's got a good feel for the game. He's special now. And I think that with them, what they do schematically on offense, it breeds efficiency at quarterback. They're great in the play action game. Obviously, their run game opens that up. They put us in some tough spots just with some formations and some different things we hadn't seen on film, and that's a great job by their coaching staff. But yeah, their quarterback plays great. And I'll tell you, the lefty, you talk about a great runner now, and he throws it well too. But, he's got the body type of a Tebow. I mean, he's just, and I say that because he's a lefty, but he's a thick kid. He came into our sideline, and I stood next to him. I mean, that's a big dude. And so those two, I mean, I don't know that we'll see quarterback play as good as those two. We'll see different type quarterbacks. We'll see quarterbacks that stand in the pocket and go through progressions. That's not what North Dakota State does. They're big on the play action game. They're big on putting you in a matchup problem. And those guys obviously put the ball where it needed to be on Saturday.
Well, they averaged 5.9 yards a rush, and you guys averaged 8.2. So certainly did some good things in the run game. Let's talk about the conference a little bit here. You got an Abilene Christian team coming in that has been, they're very competitive in every game so far. They just lost at home to Incarnate Word, a top 10 team, 27-20. So we're going to delve into them a little bit deeper here in a second. But, across the conference, Utah Tech gets its first win in Northern Arizona. We just saw Western Carolina play in the state earlier in the season, and they go over and they barely beat Eastern Kentucky, and that's a very good Catamounts team.
Yeah, Western Carolina beat Samford last week. I mean, the top 12 team, 10 team, then it's right. So, yeah, I think the conference is in a great state. I mean, look, you see You saw Stephen F. Austin go get after a Southland Conference team in Northwestern State. I mean, it wasn't even close. Obviously, Austin Peay is I think 2-1 right now. They're doing some great things. But this Abilene Christian team that's coming in, man, they played a schedule against 3 FCS teams and programs and beat Northern Colorado handily week 1. I think 31-11. One big at Prairie View A&M, which has been a good SWAC school over the last few years.
Yep.
One big there. And then obviously, welcome to a top 10 team in Incarnate Word who got beat out last year in the semifinals to North Dakota State. So we know how good that program is and has become.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
I miss the old Incarnate Word team. We used to go down to San Antonio and smack them around a little bit.
They've changed a little bit.
Yeah.
But this Abilene team's good. They're full of transfers, 42 transfers. They're going to look the part. They may be the best looking team in our conference. A lot of FBS bounce back guys. They're in a location in Abilene where you get a lot of guys coming back to the state of Texas. They're starting 2 tackles or Texas transfers. They're starting 2 defensive end. One's from Texas Tech, one's from UConn. I mean, they've got transfers littered all over their roster that are big-time players or were big-time recruits that maybe just didn't work out for whatever reason. So they're going to have the length. They're going to have the size. They're going to look the part. And obviously, I respect their coach. I think he's done a great job there in 2 years. I mean, they talk about turn a program around, because Abilene wasn't doing very well for the last, 5 or 6 years. And so he's turned them around quick and turned them into a definite contender in this league.
Didn't talk about Southern Utah either. They lost 23-21 at number 15 Cal Davis.
Yeah.
So that's another team. And again, they had the near miss at Arizona State earlier this season. Yeah. So that's in 2 weeks. So no easy games. And, an interesting one to watch for fans of the UAC. Southeast Missouri is playing at Eastern Kentucky
this
this
big
weekend.
One. I'll have an eye on that one.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
Going to be interesting. And SEMO should have beat had a chance to beat Southern Illinois, who's a top 15 team. So, schedule's interesting. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, challenging to say the least. We'll talk more about that in our beef report with Coach Brown here regarding Abilene Christian. We'll get a little more into some of their personnel and what they like to do. And then we will get our 2-minute drill in before we get out of here as well. You're listening to the Nathan Brown Show on Buzz 21067. Stay with us. We're here at Walk-Ons in Conway.
La Quinta Inn and
2.5
Suites in
on the
Conway,
break, boss. This is
2350
your last
Sanders
break.
Road in Conway, are proud to support our UCA Bears. La Quinta Inn and Suites, here to serve you with 67 rooms, free bright side breakfast, free high-speed internet access, free wireless high-speed internet access, pillow top beds, indoor swimming pool, and fitness center. Call 501-328-5100. That's 328-5100. Or find them online at laquintaconway.com. Go Bears!
Moix ETC in Conway introduces Spartan Mowers, the strongest lineup in the mowing industry. With the SRT, RT, RZ, and KG series, they have the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. From compact to commercial, 42 to 72-inch deck sizes, with power all the way up to 38.5 horses, you just won't find a better mower anywhere. Spartan Mowers are assembled in the USA, forged with 7-gauge steel to bring you the strongest lineup in America. Check out the new Spartan Mowers at Moix ETC. Get yours today.
Walk-Ons starts every dish from scratch and only uses fresh ingredients to bring their mouth-watering Cajun cuisine to life. Whether you're there for dinner with the family, date night, cocktails with the girls, or to watch the UCA Bears on the big screen, Walk-Ons is always happy to share their Louisiana culture with you. Walk-Ons, game day with a taste of Louisiana.
These paws were made for walking. Join us at Care for Animals Paws on the Runway, a celebration of fashion and fur. Thursday, October 5th at Rusty Tractor Vineyards from 6 to 9 p.m., we'll feature a runway show and virtual auction that will have tails wagging. Since 1998, Care has rescued more than 4,500 dogs and cats from kill shelters in Arkansas. That's a lot of unconditional love. Purchase tickets today at careforanimals.org.
Central Termite and Pest Control
30 seconds.
has been providing reliable and professional pest control services for Arkansans since 1957. Locally owned and operated with the goal of giving you the latest in termite and pest control solutions with the safety of your family and pets, their top priority. You place a premium on your property and home, and so do the folks at Central Termite and Pest Control. To see what they can do for you, visit centraltermite.net.
We're talking Bear football tonight on the Nathan Brown Show, presented by Walk-Ons Sports Bistro in Conway and broadcasting live from their location at 955 South Amity Road.
All right, final segment here from Walk-Ons on this Monday. Abilene Christian, 6 o'clock Saturday. Be there over on the Stripes. It's the last late game. I was going to ask the guys this. You had a 2:30 start the other day. We're going to play, I guess, out in Utah here in a couple of weeks, 7 o'clock Central Time. You like the evening or you like the earlier starts?
I think when you're away and you're having to sit in a hotel all day, I love the earlier starts.
Yeah.
I mean, it just gets you up and going, and you're not having to buy time and do stuff with, just to kill the day. And so getting up and get breakfast and get a pregame meal in about 11 and get the thing going, I like that. And I think our players do too. And it's difficult when you're on the road to, kind of find things to do and stay kind of ready in the hotel all day. I mean, at home, it's pretty easy because you get in a routine. You get to, guys get to go back to their apartment or dorm and relax. And so doesn't bother as much at home, but on the road, it's definitely easier to get going on an earlier kickoff.
Real quick special teams note, because of week 2, Chandler Carn hasn't punted enough to be eligible, but he, at 46 yards, a punt would be 5th in the country. He needs a few more punts, though. Hopefully he doesn't get them this week. But he is as good as we've seen really around the country this year.
He's doing great, man. He's performing like you would want your all-conference, all-American type punter to perform, and he's so solid. He's so consistent. I think that's the part, and knock on wood, that gets you so excited is that when he runs out there that it's going to be a quality kick, and that's such a weapon to have because it's a field position battle. These tough games, they're going to come down to great punts. They're going to come down to great special teams play, and Chandler obviously gives us a chance in that area.
How about a game ball, too, to Jake Castor, 4 for 4 on PATs and got his first field goal.
Yeah, it was big, and we had a penalty. One got blocked. They kind of illegal formation went right over Kyle, our snapper, and we're able to get him knocked back, and so we got a penalty and got to move it up 5 yards. He knocked it straight through. We've worked hard on our field goal unit the last 3 weeks after week 1, and it's paying off. And Jake's a great kicker now. I mean, he's very consistent. He's very has a big leg. That was good to see. And and he even took a hit on that. I mean, he took a pretty good blow to his kicking leg, and fortunate enough, he got up and kept kicking.
I asked Coach Collins after the game, I need someone to explain to me roughing.
Man, it's tough. I wish I could explain it.
And running into. I don't know how that's not roughing the kicker when he's vulnerable and exposed, and the guy hits him right on his kicking leg.
Well, we're calling illegal, blindside blocks and different things that people are defenseless. And if you're running in, I don't care how violent it is. If you're running into, I'll say this to our guys, stay away from the kicker or the punter because they are vulnerable. They're in a position of they can't protect themselves, and he ended up with a pretty good blow on his kicking leg right in the shin.
Well, I'll say something you can't say. Week 1, Big 12 officials. Week 3, Missouri Valley Football Conference officials. Okay, let's talk about Abilene Christian, Coach. The Beef Report brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, 2-1, and it's the first UAC game in history for UCA against ACU. You got all that together on the letters?
Ooh.
How are we feeling about this week against the listen, this Abilene Christian team, again, on paper, a pretty dangerous-looking team. It's band day. Should have a good crowd on hand.
It's going to be great.
Looking forward to that. But give me kind of the overview here.
Well, they're well coached. Schematically, they're going to be multiple on offense. They play with tight ends. They like throwing the ball down the field. They've got some 6'3", 6'4" receivers that can get down the field, so we're going to have to be on point there. But if we get lined up and get to be able to pin our ears back and get them in some 3rd and long situations, let D-Walk and Jessup go to work, let some of our blitz package stuff work, I think we'll be in good shape. Defensively, they're very multiple front as well. They want to base out of kind of a 3-4 look, but they'll jump into 4 down. They'll do some 3-3 stack, but they're going to look the part. They're long. They've got 42 transfers in their program, which is an extremely high number. But again, they're a team that is feeling success. I would say that they're probably feeling confident playing Incarnate Word that close. I don't think anybody takes moral victories, or they won't say they will. But coming off the 2 weeks they had at the beginning of the year, and then coming off competing against a top 10 team like that, I would think they're in a confident state of mind right now. We've got to take advantage of them taking a long trip to Conway. and take advantage of the night on the stripes. And that's what we have to do.
Their quarterback, Maverick McIver, 15 of 32, 189 with an interception against UIW.
Yeah.
Texas transfer, you said?
Texas Tech.
Texas
yeah,
Tech.
He was
Okay.
at Texas Tech, and Incarnate Word was, stat-wise, it was a little lopsided.
Yeah.
And even the Prairie View game was a little lopsided. Prairie View outgained them pretty good. So
there weren't a lot of turnovers either. They're finding ways to stay in
They
games.
are, and that concerns you. I mean, that really, when you look at the box score and you've been outgained in 2 of the 3 games, but you're still playing like you are, that's concerning, because that means they've got a little bit of the it factor. That means they're opportunistic when the time comes. So we're going to be on our best on Saturday night, and hopefully give us a chance to start the conference season out right.
All right, let's get into our 2-minute drill here as we wrap things up here at Walk-Ons tonight. I was going to ask this a different way, but since we got Shunderrick and David here, would you rather have Shunderrick as your primary pass rusher all night, or have David?
That's easy. Running back. Okay. I think Shunderrick would get sold up. He'd be quick. He'd be hard to get your hands on, but D-Walk's got some running back background himself.
If you had an extra hour every morning just for you, not to family stuff, not football stuff, what would you do if you had an hour to kill on your own?
Man, I be honest with you, I like vegging out and just sitting on my back deck. Give me an hour doing that. Just meditation.
Clear your head.
Meditation. I don't get to do it as much during the fall. I'd love to have more opportunities than that.
Namaste. Do you collect anything besides victories?
No, I don't. I mean, when I was growing up, obviously you do the baseball card thing and all that. But
Yeah.
no, I'm not a big collection guy. I've got better things to do.
If you had to compete in the Olympics, what sport would it be? What event?
Man, got to think Olympics. Baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty good baseball player.
Okay.
I'd love a baseball player.
Figuring-
I pole vaulted in 8th grade.
You did not pole vault.
I pole vaulted.
Now, there's something I didn't know.
I did.
What was your best?
Not very good. It was one of those like requirements as a middle
Yeah.
schooler or junior high. You had to be in track in the
Right.
spring. So I was like, well, I'm not fast. So, matter of fact, I know we're cut short on time. I had to run the 200 one time in 8th grade, and they just threw me out there. Everybody was in blocks but me. I was in a 2-point stance.
Yeah. How'd it go?
I think I came second to last.
Okay.
I didn't
finish last. That's good.
I don't have Shunderrick speed.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, if I pole vaulted, they'd ask me what my best was, and it'd be like, no, pole vault, not high jump. It would be ugly. I'd be afraid to do it. Anyway, would you rather run a marathon or lie in your bed for a week straight?
Oh, that's a marathon. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
At least it's over in 5 or 6 hours.
No doubt. I can rehydrate and I'll recoup in a day.
Yeah, I can't. Imagine.
I couldn't lay in bed. That'd be rough.
I'm same with you. I'll probably walk the marathon, but
there'd be points of walking for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I would definitely do that.
What's the furthest you've ever run without stopping?
Man, that's probably when I was younger. Probably 5 miles. I bet.
Okay.
I'm not a runner though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not my thing.
But you told me you like running.
I'm not like Riley.
But you like running more than you like lifting. Isn't that what you told me last year?
Oh yeah. I had cardio. I mean, I'm not a big lifter. Those days passed about 15 years ago.
That's good. Coach Fuddy was trying to get after you in there.
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
Now, he's a maniac in there. He'll get after you.
He's a maniac everywhere. I like that about him. All right, we're going to be done for the day here at Walk-Ons next week, same time. Game again Saturday is at 6, which means 5 o'clock pregame for us on the UCA Radio Network. So we hope you tune in for the game. Come on out, join us on the Stripes. It's band day. We'll get a little music out there, have a little fun, and we'll see you back here at Walk-Ons next Monday to recap it all. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate Todd Pierce back in the studio. For Nathan Brown, I'm Justin Anker. We'll join you next week on the Nathan Brown Show. Good night, everybody.